Hi everyone, welcome. Today, we're going to learn all about taking hotel reservations in English. You know, when you work at a hotel, this is such an important conversation to have with a guest. It's often the very first one. So, are you ready? Let's get started.
Okay, so here's what we'll be looking at. We've got 5 simple parts. We'll start with why it matters. Then, we'll jump into some booking keywords. After that, it's all about rooms, rates, and food. Then we'll cover dates and details. And finally, we'll put it all together to make a perfect booking.
All right, let's dive into our first section, why it matters. Think about it. When you take a reservation, you are the very first hello from the hotel. This is your chance to make a guest feel really welcome right from the start.
So, let's look at the difference here. A good reservation? Well, it's polite, it's clear, and it means no problems later. That's what makes guests happy. But a bad reservation, that's when things are rushed or unclear, and that can cause real problems when the guest tries to check in. So, of course, we always want to aim for a good reservation.
Okay, moving on to section 2, booking keywords. To make a really good reservation, you've got to know the language, right? So let's learn some of the most important words for making a booking. Trust me, you're going to be using these words every single day. So, our first keyword is reservation. Simple question. What is a reservation? Well, it's just a booking that a guest makes for a future date. They call you up to save a room before they actually get to the hotel.
Next up, we have availability. This is a big one. Before you can book any room, you have to check for availability. It's a simple question. Is a room free for the dates the guest wants? The answer is either yes or no.
All right, so after you've made the booking, what's next? You give the guest a confirmation. A confirmation is basically proof. It's how you tell the guest, yep, your room is booked, it's all set. And you know what? This makes the guest feel really happy and secure.
You're doing great. Okay, let's move on to section 3, rooms, rates, and food. Here, we're going to talk about all the different choices a guest has when they book their stay.
First up, the single room. Just like the name says, single means one. So a single room is just a room for one person. Easy, right?
Okay, next we have a double room. A double room is perfect for 2 people, and it has one big bed for them to share.
Now this is a twin room. It's also for 2 people, but here's the difference. A twin room has 2 separate, smaller beds. So just remember this. A double room means one big bed, and a twin room means 2 small beds.
Let's talk about money, the price of the room. What do we call that? We call it the rate. And the rate is usually the price for just one night.
Guests also have to choose a food plan sometimes. Let's look at the options. If they choose breakfast included, well, that's pretty simple. They just get breakfast. Now, half board includes breakfast and dinner, and full board, that's the whole package, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Fantastic. We're moving right along to section 4, dates and details. This is where we get into the really important information we need to make a booking. First, and this is super important, is the check-in date. What's the check-in date? It's the day the guest will arrive at the hotel. We have to get this right. And of course, the opposite of the check-in date is the checkout date. This is the day the guest plans to leave the hotel.
You know, sometimes plans change. A guest might call you to stop their booking. When that happens, we call it a cancellation. It just means the guest isn't coming anymore.
And one last thing here, always listen for a special request. This is when a guest needs something extra. For example, maybe they need a small bed for a baby, that's a baby cot, or maybe they'd like a room that's extra quiet.
Wow, we have learned so many new words. So now it's time for our final section, number 5, a perfect booking. Let's put everything we've learned together.
It's actually pretty easy if you just follow these 4 simple steps. Step 1, listen carefully to what the guest wants. Step 2, ask for all the details, like their name and the dates. Step 3, confirm everything. Just repeat the information back to the guest and ask, is that correct? And finally, step 4, send that confirmation email. Always send it. And here's something I really want you to remember. Be polite and be clear. Why? Because when you are, the guest will trust you, and building that trust is just so important.
So, if you remember just one thing from today, let it be this. Clear communication makes happy guests. And isn't that what it's all about? Every hotel wants happy guests.